then it's just incorrect. And I think sniping steel splitter is better than sniping wall, even if you are being like even if you can kill a drone if you snipe wall.
I kind of like killing all his granularity there.
I guess. I guess that's a factor. I don't like dropping down to 0 steel splitters though.
Yeah, I agree.
Now you're
uh,
left with exactly 6 damage versus defense grid.
didn't so he only used one blue that turn. So I guess he just didn't use synth.
Yeah, he didn't use synthesizer because he bought double sentinel. But even then,
Double
still.
sentinel.
Oh, double
Okay,
sentinel, double force field.
right.
I just feel like this game can go on for so long because Apollo is gonna keep the damage relatively low. Well,
So that was a pretty big mistake because, um,
now that was a huge mistake for
yeah,
JP.
defense could defense perfectly. Yeah, he really needed
Now you
that
don't
steel
even want
splitter.
to click sentinels, even though you don't want to click sentinels, right?
Yeah, it's always difficult when your sentinels aren't doing damage. Sometimes you want that engineer, sometimes you don't.
Do a Hepsi, click 2 of them.
Maybe. Seems reasonable to me, actually, because you want the granularity, right?
Yeah. Well, he just wants defense, I think. Oh man, I think like Kirby is in a bad spot, and I think next turn there's gonna be double Nivo, and that defense grid is just gonna get frozen.
Yeah, that's a good point. His Kirby's defense grid is running out first,
Do you
so
think you maybe just lose defense grid this turn to stop the Nivos from dealing 7 damage?
I think if he buys double Nevo, then you definitely do that, yeah. So that's actually kind of nice that he forced you to leave Odin back this turn.
Yes.
Interesting sniping in Animus here. I guess you have to snipe attack this
Well, what
turn.
else are you sniping?
Yeah, I mean it's Animus or Blast Forge, right? Or Conduit,
I
I
think you.
guess, but
I mean, you snipe animals because synthesizer exists. Because like Blast Forge doesn't really stop anything. Sniping Blast Forge, because you can always just click synthesizer if you really want to steal splitter. Right.
yeah.
Animus, however, stops sentinels, which are good, I guess. I don't know. I'm so surprised that wow, not even losing defense grid.
Yeah, he's just gonna
I think that's
boost it to two
incorrect.
Nevos. I agree, it is probably incorrect. um, he
Like he
is
has to go
dealing
wall.
more damage this turn, so yeah, he has to get two walls at least, right? Oh, this is interesting. He can get a Plexo Cell since the Nevos are
Yeah,
killing
I
defense
guess
grids.
that's good. I guess.
So he only has 7 freeze, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's what? 7 plus
Yeah,
12
you
is
don't even need to
19
leave the drone
plus
back.
3
I think both
is
players should have actually
22.
bought more constant damage in the form of Gauss cannons. Like I think you should have 8 Gauss cannons by now, probably. The
Um,
Sentinels are good, but I think you also need to get the constant damage out first before you start going with Sentinels, because otherwise you're gonna max out at like
well,
yeah 40
I
damage.
mean, you have 2 red income per turn, so what do you think you do with it? Do you get Sentinel plus Tarsier?
I think you probably just get Tarsier, Gauss Cannon, probably each turn. You have 30 drones at least.
And
So
until a
until
certain
you have
point in the
like
game, and then you start
yeah,
getting Sentinels? Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
because I feel like you actually need like that like that actual constant damage to win the game. Um, I feel like Rox is just so far ahead right now because he still has this turn on defense grid. He has more splitters left. Well, actually, let's check supply. No, he can only buy 3 more splitters, but basically, even if this game turns into a breach, like a breach me, game, Rox is gonna have so many Trinity drones, and he's just gonna be able to build like all the Gauss cannons or something. So I don't know. Like he just seems so far ahead right now.
Yeah, he's been going with those Trinity drones. He is, what, 3 econ ahead right now? After these force fields come in?
Yes.
He does seem to be behind in damage.
Is he? I guess, but Sentinels stop attacking, so not actually behind in damage.
Sentinels are timing out, which is
But then again,
kind of
that's also
bad
a
for
lot.
the. I mean, you get the defense, but it's kind of bad for the
Yeah,
Sentinel player because you'd rather have
yeah, damage probably
a
here.
1 damage and 1 engineer production than 4 immediate defense usually.
Yeah,
Um, but he is ahead in damage. Kirby is, right?
yeah, I
Actually,
guess.
okay. Um, so he's gonna hold back
Yeah, no,
Odin
no, he
this turn.
definitely is. Like 4 Gauss cannons to 0 Gauss cannons, right?
Yeah. So Rox did not sack his defense grid on 2 lifespan either.
Yeah, that seems. And again, he also gets the Plexo because he can.
Um,
One thing that Rox did was get 1 Nivo charge last turn to stop Kirby from getting a Plexo cell, which is
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and the Nevo is doing 1 damage here by freezing this wall.
I,
Um,
now this game is actually like becoming closer because well, 4 Gauss cannons are better than 0 Gauss cannons, and like Rox only has 3 more steel splitters to buy. Um,
yeah, I think Kirby might actually be ahead here.
while Kirby has 5 more. So it's definitely becoming closer. And I think he's over defending by quite a bit here. You only have to defend for 24. Actually, no, 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 no,
25.
no. You uh, 29, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, because max freeze actually is 9, and Apollo snipes for 3. Because like Kirby can
True,
choose to freeze
but
Plexo plus Odin, but then he's breaching only drones, so I don't think it's worth it. Uh,
let's see. It's for absorb,
it's
so
uh
and you're
it's
dealing 3 less
17.
damage with freeze, so it is worth it. It's 1 health better. It's 1 damage
Yeah,
more to freeze Odin plus Plexo if that breaches, but only if it breaches. Does it
yeah.
breach? If he goes in, wait.
I He isn't going with in with Odin though, so
Okay. Yeah, he's not going in with Odin because
probably for the sword.
Rox didn't buy a what's it called
Nivo
Nevo
charge.
charge that turn.
While Kirby's Nivo charge is preventing Rox from getting a Plexo. This is actually a very complex set and game. Um, it's not very evident in how you play it, and even those 5 Gauss cannons, I was talking about like liking building constant damage before you start going with the Sentinels and everything else, and even though I don't feel like those 5 Gauss cannons are enough, they're still better than 0. So
Yeah.
yeah, they might just turn this around for Kirby.
What do you think about Rox getting a Plexocell even though Kirby got a Nevo charge that turn?
I think that's incorrect.
Yeah,
Nivo
I think
charge,
I
if you
agree.
have, yeah, uh, even if Apollo plus Nevo charge together can like stop 1 absorb together, it's still less damage than just buying Plexo cells. So no,
Uh,
that just seems incorrect. You're giving Nivo 4 damage.
you're basically
Like
saving a
you're actually,
drone, but you're
yeah,
losing 4
to
health.
deal 4 damage to them, yeah, to yourself. So
Yeah.
that's just incorrect.
What do you
What
think
do you think
about
about sniping?
the animus there?
Enema snipe.
It seems
Uh,
odd, but
Seems interesting. I probably would have sniped Rhino, but I don't know.
Sniping a
You
rhino.
are defending with Plexo Cell and Odin, like fine.
I think it might have been the right decision to snipe to not snipe a wall that turn because it seems like Rox is over defending,
Hmm.
and it seems like Kirby is over defending by a ton. Is he not?
Yeah. Kirby has so much defense left that
Why
I
did he
feel
plexo so?
I'm not sure.
Just get
But
it in while
then
you
again,
can?
yeah, before those Nivo charges come in, right?
Okay,
I
maybe.
don't think it's incorrect.
It's
I don't think it's
interesting.
incorrect.
It's interesting. I don't think it's correct.
I really, I think it's
Uh,
fine.
I mean, he didn't need the defense, right? It was just straight up over defending, wasn't he?
Yeah, but if every turn from here on out, rocks buys a Nivo, you're never gonna be able to Plexo Cell ever again. So maybe you get
Well,
efficient defense
actually,
now.
you can get two plexos, and then he can't freeze both.
That's still bad though.
Yeah, it's still kind of bad. Well, let's see. It saves two drones, and he can deal 4 damage. 4 damage for two drones. It's pretty fair. But yeah, it's still bad.
Like the thing is, he's not super over defending in that case. If Odin actually attacks, which it didn't, but uh,
It looks
you
like
know.
he has way too much defense.
Okay, yeah, sure, he has like 20, 40 defense versus max 16 attack, but you know.
Okay, so freezing the wall and sniping a rhino. What? Hmm. That's interesting because if he snipes this wall, then I guess he can just buy two walls a turn. Wait, how many walls does he have left? Yeah, they have plenty of walls. Okay, never mind.
Alderk is super happy with this game. But
I bet he is.
yeah. Oh boy, these Gauss cannons should have been bought so much earlier in the game, I feel.
Yeah,
Right
I
now, you
mean,
should be buying
you
Sentinels,
you
probably.
see that the players bought Sentinels a little bit too early, and now they have way too much defense and not enough
Yeah,
damage. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
that's the thing with Sentinel.
Um, I don't think that's the thing with Sentinel. I think that's the thing with players not using Sentinel well.
Yeah, okay. Well, it happens a lot. Um,
Yeah.
Interesting that Rox does not
Sniping
have.
a drone. Would you snipe a drone or would you actually snipe a Rhino Husk? I guess drone is better then. What about
I
sniping
don't know.
Blast Forge? Forcing your opponent to use Synthesizer to pick up a Steel Splitter.
Yeah, I think Sniping Blast, which is probably correct. Also,
Both players only have one
he
more
didn't
splitter.
have any absorb. He didn't have any absorb that turn. Did you notice that?
Oh,
Rox didn't. These
that's
players are not
bad.
getting very much absorb.
Only one absorb.
Yeah, only one
Two
absorb.
absorb here.
It's
But
gonna. I mean, yeah. And
after two more turns, they're actually gonna have 4 or 5 absorb. But then Nevo actually stops that as well. So
yeah, again, double plexo against an Evo charge. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. You save two drones. You lose 4 health. I mean, if you consider Deadeye, that's like an even trade, right?
yeah, kind of. I mean, even if you consider force fields, like if you, like those two drones will turn into 4 health. So
Yeah.
maybe with Plexos, it's probably even better because maybe there's not enough Evo
Well,
charges left.
there's plexo supply. Interesting that plexo
Roxas?
supply is the same as Nevo charge supply.
No, it isn't. Oh, like that. Okay, sure.
Max
Max
supply.
supply.
Yes.
There's the 10th Gauss cannon. Very happy to see that.
Yeah, we got
Only
there eventually. We got there eventually.
only two more rhinos for J Kirby, but no steel splitters for both players. Um, no drones for Kirby. Only two more Plexos for Rocks. No more Sentinels for Kirby. Do you think Blood Pact is gonna happen this game? I think very strongly that it will.
I
If the
don't
game
think it's
keeps
going to
being even.
happen because I think Rox is losing this game and he doesn't have an Animus.
Yeah.
He might buy an Animus later, but it might get sniped, so yeah, who knows.
And now Kirby's actually gotten the same amount of, actually even more Trinity drones. and he has more normal drones as well, so he's
Yeah,
very far ahead at this point.
it used to be that